Give me mission report December 10th, 1991.
Hello, and welcome back to my channel, movie reviewing Captain America Civil War. Now, this is a Phase 3 movie, so if you have not watched Phase 1 or Phase 2 yet, go back and watch them. And if you have not seen this movie yet, go back and watch it, and enjoy. Okay, that should have gotten you long enough out of this video, so let's start the review. Tio, have you seen this movie?
Duh.
Okay, that's good. What are your overall thoughts on Civil War? Did it live up to your expectations?
My babies! No! Don't make my babies fight again!
So, did it live up to your expectations?
Did that not tell you?
I'm guessing yes. So, this was a hyped movie for like a year, 3 years actually.
This guy can tell you I was freaking out every single bit of this year.
A new trailer. A new clip.
Well, gee, a new picture. Ugh, Crossbones. Even though fucking Crossbones was barely used in the movie when he's had a major part.
Like, overall I enjoyed it. It's just... Crossbones was the guy from Winter Soldier who got crushed by the building, who I barely cared about. And then he was in it, like, the beginning of the movie, and that's what started the Civil War.
And then he goes up in the air. He explodes, as if we care about him.
I enjoy how they started the Civil War, but it was for a major character that wasn't a major character.
The whole point of Captain America Civil War that felt it was more, it can show that the Avengers themselves can be turned against each other by the littlest thing, which is the biggest plot point of the entire movie.
I do like how they connect the first movie with his sort of girlfriend, his elderly girlfriend that died. I like the funeral.
Ah, yeah, Peggy died.
The,
sad.
that was her
Peggy.
great niece, or...
It was great niece or something.
Great niece.
Dad, he kisses, and I'm still wondering why.
Hey, I made out with your great aunt. But, yeah, The Winter Soldier played a great sequel, to the Winter Soldier movie. I liked, James's character, and
Captain America Civil War.
I love how he
being
like a sequel to Avengers 2 and a sequel to Winter Soldier and a sequel to Ant-Man. So this would be a Captain America trilogy, right?
Essentially, yes. This is the Captain America trilogy.
Okay. I did enjoy how they were like controlling James Barn.
And so the next thing I want to say, holy shit, Spider-Man was awesome!
Spider-Man! I love how they're making him like a young high school teen.
I'm loving it. I was iffy with it at first, and then it's like, oh
isn't Aunt May older than his mother?
We're not talking about the age of Aunt May right now!
Okay. But yeah. Spider-Man, he reminded me of Deadpool. like a PG-13 Deadpool.
Which essentially is what Spider-Man really is, to be honest.
So he was saving people in Queens this time instead of New York City. And I like that.
Yes.
Because the Avengers takes place in New York City. And it's like, imagine an Easter egg. You see Spider-Man flying around in the Avengers movie in the background. It's like, oh, nope, he's in Queens.
But nope, just kidding. It's actually Deadpool.
Yes. But, so, this is a sequel to 3 movies, and a starter for Black Panther. I thought Black Panther did a great job as the character.
Oh, yeah. The guy who... you are mixing up your words.
I forgot.
You feel that the actor playing him...
He is Black Panther.
Yes.
He's the son of a king who then becomes the king. And...
that scene was emotional. That was another emotional scene with the the death of the king. And
Bucky kills every parent in this movie.
But the thing is, though, you forget, Bucky was not the one
He was
who
being
killed.
controlled.
No, he wasn't being controlled.
The guy
Somebody
who
disguised themselves as Bucky.
The Russian
and this
guy.
Yes, and this is what major thing. It tricks S.H.I.E.L.D. themselves into thinking, oh, Bucky did this. We have to get him. And of course, Cap is being Cap, and the bromance between them it's very, very strong, and it's beautiful.
It's a bromance that has been building up for 100 years.
Honestly, at this point, you know, I don't ship it, but it wouldn't anger me if fucking Steve Rogers and Bucky Barnes became a couple. It really wouldn't anger me.
General Ross was back from the Hulk, so I guess the Hulk is canon. I don't mind. I like the Hulk movie, but not my favorite movie. But I thought it was uncanon for the longest time that I saw General Ross.
For the longest time, Brower thought that only the end credit scene to The Incredible Hulk was canon with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
But I like General Ross. He was like the prison guard for the most part of this movie, and his nephew or son who played by, I'm just gonna say it like this, played by Bilbo Baggins, young Ross, or the one in charge of the prison area.
And now for the moment a lot of you have been waiting for, the final thoughts on the final scene. The big climax.
The end credit scene or the end scene in the movie?
The end scene in the movie, as in Tony Stark versus Bucky Barnes versus Steve Rogers. That scene.
Captain America 1.
Okay, I'm gonna full out fucking say it.
But Iron Man was against two people.
Let's build it up from the start with this, okay? How this scene happened, it's just that all the buildup of emotion within Tony Stark and how he's been suppressing just like all that sadness for the death of his parents for so long, and then he finally sees who actually did kill his parents, which was Bucky Barnes under the control of, well, you fucking know already.
But
when Tony snaps, it's a full-out war. There is just so much emotion that was in that final fight between the fact of Tony just having pure rage against Bucky, Bucky defending himself, Steve trying to be there for his friend. It was hurting me, to be honest. Like, I felt every bit of it. Meanwhile, at the top, you have the main villain being choked out by Black Panther for revealing his whole entire plan.
I didn't care about that.
I cared about that because I actually cared about the entirety of the film. Brower is irrelevant.
I enjoyed it, but I was just invested in the Iron Man fight.
And when it ends, the final moment in this fight,
I thought he was aiming for the neck.
I was like, oh dear. And when I heard that bang with the shield, I was like, oh dear God. Because I had thought that he got him not in the neck, but right in the chest. Which would have been just as bad.
They did cut out that metal thing in him, but it would have still hurt just as bad.
Bucky lost his arm. Every Marvel movie, somebody loses their arm. And their left arm, it was Bucky.
And this time, someone who already lost their arm lost their metal arm.
Rest in peace, Bucky Barnes.
Bucky Barnes is Darth Vader. Almost.
Bucky was awesome. I loved him in this movie, and I actually really want to cosplay Bucky Barnes one day.
And I love how the citizens got to play a role, because you never see that. You just see towers falling in the background of buildings.
Basically, Marvel did what Batman vs. Superman was trying to do, but did it so much better.
Let's move... Okay, we care about citizens. Let's move them away from the battlefield.
And those end credit scenes. We had two of them.
Black Panther Island. I'm calling it that.
Even though Black Panther's little tribe is in Africa, not Madagascar.
Yeah.
Oh,
See
and
how
Spider-Man Homecoming!
Mission Report, 1991.
So I guess we can end this review.
Well, final thoughts. Rating from 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest.
Solid 15.
I'm gonna go with 16. What are your top 3 Marvel movies?
This is a review about that one movie. We're not talking about the other 3 movies.
I'll just go ahead and say it. Iron Man, Winter Soldier, and now Civil War.
Civil War definitely comes on a
Guardians
top,
is my top 4 right now.
I love Guardians, but holy fuck, Civil War.
I loved how Hawkeye came in and he's like, "We haven't met. I'm Clint," and Black Panther was like, "I don't care."
Yeah.
Did you spot the Star Wars reference from Spider-Man?
Yeah, I did.
With the walking thingies?
But yeah, thank you for joining us for this review. Please be sure to watch Captain America Civil War again and again and again.
And be sure to watch Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition.
Or don't. Either way, you're alright.
But yeah, subscribe to me, subscribe to Theo, and happy Shield Day. Hydra.
Go away, you feminists! Hail Hydra!
What?
Penny?
What?
Penny?
Record it.
DC is better! DC is better! DC is better! Ah! Feminism! Ah!